out here. Turn this TV on. It might give me some light. Um, y'all feel like y'all need some light? Tell me. If you don't, I'm cool because I don't feel like getting up. Need be, I'll pop open a laptop or something. Let me see if this give us a little light. Because I know y'all go to them other live streams. That ain't help at all. Y'all go to them other live streams and the people be all lit up, fancy. You know what I'm saying? Doing what they do. I don't feel like turning on those good light. I feel like chilling. But if you want the light, say, hey, give us some light. Give me that light. That made me think of that Eddie Murphy movie, The Golden Child. I want the knife, please. Y'all remember The Golden Child? I want the knife, please. Did you guys get a chance to see Elon Musk today? I've been watching Davos all day, and Elon Musk is talking about putting solar panels in space to power AI that's in space. Now I don't know if y'all paid attention to it. I think I might have mentioned it to y'all. If you want the light, say give me the light, but I really don't feel like getting up for the light. I was gonna set this up over there by the fire and have some backlit firelight and then tell y'all some stories because I kind of feel like telling stories. But the problem is, I don't know how I'm gonna pull that off. But nonetheless, so Elon is talking put AI in space, solar panels in space, AI in space, then connecting to the AI from space. And I'm sitting here thinking, and also the conversations today was about AGI, artificial general intelligence. Then also the conversations was Urinal Noah Havari, which I'm doing a video on that rank devil bastard tomorrow, talking about how AI is going to be more intelligent than humans. So let me start with this. Can y'all hear me clearly, or do I need to like get closer? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah, y'all can hear me good. Let me start with this. They call them large language models for a reason. And the reasoning of AI is programmed reasoning within limitations, right? So I'm pretty sure there's an unreasonable AI, a fully uncensored AI. I've actually played with uncensored AIs, and uncensored AIs tend to be not that intelligent. They're good for like coding. Hackers use those AIs for coding because it'll do codes that, people that the other AIs won't allow them to do. So from the hacking threat, AI is a threat. But from the artificial intelligence itself, all they're doing is putting together words together, and they consider that thinking. And then Yuval Noah Harari will say, well, he said, well, you know, if thinking is defined as putting words together, then AI thinks. So his notion is, if thinking is defined as putting words together, then AI thinks. The problem with Lizard Boy, Yuval Harari, is when you and I think, there's so much more to us thinking. So we connect to a realm of thoughts. It's why your thoughts can be influenced. It's why when you're in a certain time of year and the sun shines less, your thoughts are influenced, right? And so there's this notion that AI is going to take over the world. AI would have to be given the world. They are going to have to turn over the world to AI, turn over decision making to AI. It ain't going to take over, it's going to be given to it. And that's the theme of this damn. If you're really listening to the conference that they having, I mean, it's basically what they're saying in their own little stupid language. It's like, yeah, AGI, artificial general intelligence, will be able to do the job of this many people. No, that means you're going to give this thing the job to do. You're going to program it, feed it, and give that job to it. You know what I'm saying? And so when I sit and listen to these people, and I've been listening all day, I mean, playing around, doing stuff, listening, because I listen to see where I can make some money, which I found a whole bunch of things that'll make some money today. But it's it's amazing that they're willing to turn over the sovereignty of governments and people to a computer. Computer's not going to do it itself. In his speech, he was like, the AI will rewrite the Bible. No, the fuck it's not. AI will interpret the Bible better. No, the fuck it's not. It's not his job to interpret the Bible. But if you allow it to do so, then yeah. But in order for the AI to take over the Bible and rewrite the Bible, you got to agree that that becomes the Bible. That becomes the word. And it's no longer a Bible. It's the word of AI. But see, Noah Harari is a prophet for, I would call, Satan. He's a satanic prophet. Guys, it's 91 people in here and 24 likes. If y'all hit the like button, other people will come in. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just dropped 21 people, which that might have been my 20 haters. I got 20 haters that always show up. For whatever reason, they just pop up. They've been doing that for years. They pop up, see what I'm talking about, then they roll out. But the issue that we face is, what are we willing to turn over to AI? What are you and I willing to turn over to AI? For example, they're autonomous cars. The autonomous driving cars don't matter if you decide you don't want an autonomous car. There was news articles that came out today on Gateway Pundit where they were talking about all cars being made from 2026 forward would have a kill switch in them where they can turn them off. Well, guess what? People just stop buying cars. That's 2026. And they get their old cars and they fix their old cars. It's really that simple. Like, once I saw that, I'm like, no, hell no, I'm not buying no new car next year. Now, what they're counting on is businesses buying cars. So Hertz, Enterprise, trucking companies, what do you call them? Non-emergency medical transportation companies. All those companies buying vehicles. And that's sustaining them in their foolishness. But the average American citizen, the average citizen don't want no robot telling them where they can go and what they can't do. Elon was talking today about how they're incentivizing people to buy Teslas because Tesla's driving is so safe that if you get a Tesla, that the insurance company is giving you 50% off your insurance. It's like they're incentivizing this handoff to technology. And that's what the whole World Economic Forum is talking about. Everything is about this incentivizing. And they've stopped talking about climate change. They're talking about water. And now it makes sense why they were saying they need to tokenize water and they need to control water, because they knew 2-3 years ago that they needed a large amount of water to cool their AI systems. And so they're having these conversations about, we need to be responsible with water. We need to do this. We need to do this. We need to do this. Man, put that shit in the ocean. The ocean ain't going nowhere. It ain't going nowhere. But it's amazing that those people get together and plot in public. Is that somebody at my front door? Hold on. Picked up a shadow. It's amazing that those people get together and they plot in the open and basically tell you what they're gonna do. Absolutely amazing. Hold on. You're going in the fire, buddy. Give me another cigar. They get together and they tell us what they plan on doing, and they brag about it. And then the most disturbing thing that I've seen is what I started the last video with, which was Bill Gates talking about he's going to remember Bill Gates tests everything in Africa, right? Everything he tests in Africa. So he says, yeah, in Africa, AI is going into the hospital systems to help take better care of patients. Now, the one person that I don't understand that has not been, plane has not crashed, has not been blown up, has not been assassinated is Bill Gates. I don't understand how it hasn't happened. Because this dude is the essence of evil. I mean, he really is. And he's open with it. You know what I'm saying? He's the quintessential essence of evil. But all the disturbing things, the top two disturbing things I've heard was that Bill Gates with his foolishness about Africa and his AI going into African hospitals, which means that um, what'll end up happening is he'll test it there and then roll it out in a couple of years. And the next most disturbing thing was the gene editing tourism, which they talked about it, but they tried to keep it on the low. So there's currently places where you can travel to get genes edited or have gene edited children, which to me is absolutely insane. It's absolutely insane. Where it makes sense, there has to be places that don't have laws that allow them to do this. So as of right now, there are people who are gene edited walking around. 104 people and 48 likes. Man, it's not hard to tap the button. Right now, there are currently people who are gene edited walking around. Now, I know they've been doing it in China for a very long time. I mean, for a very long time. But the simple fact that, and we talk about humans, non-humans, lizard people, we talk about all this other crazy stuff, right? But the truth of the matter is now science fiction is the reality. And it's like, it's just under the surface. That was one of the things that Elon was talking about. He was like, oh, Larry Fink was like, well, I want to humanize you for a moment. What was the thing that brought you to wanting to do this? And he was like, I used to read comic books when I was a kid and sci-fi when I was a kid, and I wanted to make sci-fi a reality. All while saying he was an alien, which is wild to me. And he was like, I tell people I'm an alien, but they don't believe me. But nonetheless, we find ourselves going into a world where sci-fi is a reality. And we know that technology that we see is 40 to 50 years behind. So what we're looking at now, they've had for 40 years. We're looking at now, they have for 50 years. So it means that the things that you think to be reality, the things that they frame as conspiracy are current realities right now. So conspiracy is current reality. It's why they have such a problem with people telling the truth. Because when you start talking about what is perceived as a conspiracy, you're talking about an existing reality. Somebody say, well, James, what kind of conspiracy are you talking about? Med beds, nanobots repairing people's bodies, anti-aging, gene edited and gene spliced human beings, modified super soldiers. All those things are current realities. Everything from sci-fi is a current reality at this point in time. It's just a matter when they're going to let you know about that current reality. And that's what we're facing right now. Everybody want to talk about disclosure. And disclosure is only attributed to UFO phenomenons, which is stupid to me. But it makes sense because that's a religion and want to get people going in that direction. I want y'all to disclose all the crap y'all doing. We need disclosure. No, you do need disclosure, but you need disclosure on everything they're doing. But if you got the UFO rabbit hole to get people's attention, then guess what? They can do all the other stuff and you pay no attention to it. I mean, they're geniuses. Somebody gave me what? $50. Thank you. The as long as they got you distracted on that one rabbit hole, man, they could do anything. Because everybody's like, oh, I want to get the alien disclosure. We need to know about the alien disclosure. What about them disclosing all the other crazy crap that they're doing? But guess what? Congress and Senate talking about alien disclosure. Well, ain't nobody talking about the realities of what these people have done. Because that whole thing sucks all the air out the room. And quite frankly, I'm tired of it. That's why I'm talking about it. I'm tired of it. I mean, it makes no damn sense. It makes no damn sense. Between UFO disclosure and the Epstein files, there's really nothing else that's talked about. And Candace Owens, with her crazy rants all day long about Erica Kirk and Charlie Kirk and grifting and that those are the three topics. We got so many damn earth-shattering things going on. Like right now, nobody ever thought about it. So Russia gets a storm where they're buried under snow. Then the next week, we get a storm, a heavy ice storm that's designed to take out the power grid. And you know it's a nefarious force that's out of control because all the AI, all the other people, they want to build power grids and power stations and independent power lines and everything else they need to fund their AIs. So you know it ain't them. They ain't trying to take out the grid. They need the grid. So Russia gets hit, America gets hit. You see what I'm saying? But we can't get to the conspiracy. Well, we can't, not even conspiracy. We can't get into the truth of weather modification. Is everybody worrying about damn UFOs? Meanwhile, the most damage is done with weather modification. What was the name of that hurricane that hit the Carolinas and all them people was trapped in the mountains? Y'all remember the name of that hurricane? Huh? Y'all remember the name of that hurricane that hit the mountains? That hit it. Somebody talking about art machines. It was a hurricane that came through. It looped around, did a circle, went up through Florida, hitting the Carolinas, around Fayetteville, looped back into the water and came back down. Helene. Helene did so much damn damage. But nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about the weather wars. You ain't hearing nothing in Congress about weather weapons and weather war. Oh, I want to know about the UFO disclosure. I want to know about the little gray people. Tell me about the grays, the grays. It's absolutely insane. Then we got the fog with the nanoparticles in it, with the smart dust. People getting hit with the fog and vomiting, throwing up, going crazy. How many in y'all in the area where they had the fog at? Yeah, HAARP machines are used. And more importantly, them damn radio towers is used to control the weather. There's a girl on Twitter named Jessica Lynn. I've been trying to get my producer to get her for an interview, but it's weird because the Twitter people, they don't do interviews, which is it's kind of crazy to me. You post 1,000 videos a day, but I want to talk to you about weather modification, then you won't do a damn interview. She's like, I don't know who you are. I'm like, I'm verified, certified. I guess because they paranoid. You know what I'm saying? But it's weather modification. Greatest threat. The one thing that can wipe everybody out. We about to see it in the next 48, 72 hours. And I'm going to tell you something. Those of you who know me and been with me, you know I graduated a degree in electrical engineering. Worked designing power lines, transmission lines, high voltage. You get that level of sleet and that level of ice across that large swath of America. You talking about people being out of power for months. Normally, a snowstorm or ice storm hits one territory and it kind of tapers off. And so you get an area hit like northern Arkansas around the Ozarks, and power will be out there. And they mobilize crews from all over the United States to go to that one territory. So when there's an ice storm, people come from Florida, they come from Louisiana, they come from Mississippi, they come from Georgia. Utility linemen come from all over the place. They partner, they get it done. But see, when you get a swath like that, a 2,000-mile long swath of ice, they can't come help you because they got to help them damn selves. You know what I'm saying? Therein lies the problem of what will just happen. And it's not snow, it's ice. That's how you know it's an attack. If it was just a snowstorm, okay, that's one thing. But no, we're going to get freezing rain and sleet and ice. Horrific. But we can't talk about it. Why? Because everybody want to talk about damn UFOs. Extraterrestrials, out of this world, or you aliens, is what they want to talk about. And it just makes it's kind of disgusting to me. It's not kind of, it's absolutely disgusting. And what makes it worse is the narratives that everybody's paying attention to are the narratives that they've been given to pay attention to. So everybody's been given UFOs. And whole economy has been built around UFOs, right? Now, everybody's been given the Epstein files, and there's a whole economy built around the Epstein files. Well, DW, what do you mean is a whole economy? Epstein files is highly and easily monetized on social media. Therein lies the economy that's built around something. So there's an economy built around UFOs, which the CPMs are very high for UFOs. So it encourages people to talk about it. There's an economy built around Epstein because people want to know about the Epstein files, and they feel like, okay, we need to, which I feel the same way too. We need to find out the truth about it. But at the same time, it's a trap. And it's a good trap because don't nobody like people who mess with little children. So we all can agree that the people need to get got. Problem is, we all agree that they need to get got, and while we're trying to get them, other stuff is happening. You see what I'm saying? Therein lies the issue. That's the issue. And when I say keep watching the waters, it's the most genius thing I've ever said. It's probably the most genius catchphrase that anybody's ever made. Keep watching the waters, man. And the waters is going to get more and more precious as time goes on. How do we know this? Because back in the 90s, the Clintons and the Bushes bought as many underwater aquifers as they could buy because they knew what was coming down the pipeline. So they was like, nah, we're going to buy up water. They was buying land with underwater aquifers. And especially in 2000 and when did I start on the radio? 2005 was Katrina. 2006, 7. So it was 2008 that I went into radio broadcasting. It was 2008 that we interviewed, what's the old man's name? Larry. I can't remember his name. It was 2008 that he started talking about them buying all the water they could buy. all the water. Not Larry Nichols. This is this other guy. Damn it. Lindsey Williams. Lindsey Williams was the guy's name. When we started interviewing Lindsey Williams, and Lindsey Williams was said, "No, no, no, they buying up all the water, they buying up all the aquifers," and he came on the show with proof, with deeds. That's back when I was trying to do video, podcasting on radio. On the radio station was like, "Oh, that video stuff is stupid. We're pure radio." I'm like, "Yo, this is the wave of the future. Me and my partner gonna do video. We're gonna stream it." "No, that's stupid. We're not gonna do that. You're gonna burn up our internet with that." I'm like, "Oh my God." Then 20 years later, their asses is on the internet. Had they listened to their boy, they would have been 100,000, 200, 300,000 subscribers strong on the internet. Now they struggling, trying to get where they need to get to. Dumbasses. Anyway, the point I'm making is the elites are buying water. That's why I say keep watching the waters. You know what I'm saying? And now you got AOC coming out trying to do a bill about deep fake AI because people making AI which make fun of them because liberals can't take a joke. So when somebody make a meme about them, they start crying and whining. When somebody make a meme about you, you should laugh at it because it's probably funny, and take all the power from the meme. But they're like, "Oh no, we can't have these. We can't have the deep fake AIs because they got videos of her twerking in Starbucks." You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's crazy. I just be thinking about stuff sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like pondering what makes a man, like for example, like let's take a Jamie Dimon. Jamie Dimon rich. No, let's better yet, let's take the CEO of BlackRock. Let's take Larry Fink, right? Larry's rich. Larry could do anything, have anything, be anywhere. What make him think he needs to dictate the whole world? I wouldn't give a damn what y'all was doing if I had the kind of money Larry Fink got. I wouldn't give a damn. As long as you ain't tearing up nothing that's going to destroy my money, I wouldn't give a damn. I wouldn't. But what motivates men like that outside of Satan? It's probably just Satan to think that they need to make the decisions for the whole entire world. And then, you have to think to yourself, what makes them think that they're wise enough to make decisions for the entire world? It would have to be pride. I mean, think about how proud you have to be, how prideful you have to be to join the World Economic Forum and say, well, we're going to steer the world in this direction. And then that direction be an evil direction. Somebody said because we let them. I agree with you on that. We shouldn't be letting them do a damn thing. But it would have to be pride. It would have to be pride. It would have to be pride. And I think at some point in time, it gets to the point to where they all get together, they all come up with an idea, and then it's like follow the leader. And the craziest thing about BlackRock is when you really watch Larry Fink talk, when he talks to other people, like when he talked to Elon Musk, he was like, well, since I've been public, I've had 24% rate of return on investment. Elon, you've had 48% rate of return. So Larry Fink ain't even the most gangster person in business. He interviewing other people like a groupie. But then he got the nerve to tell everybody, oh, we're going to do this ESG score, and if you don't do this, you're not going to get funded. You got to take DEI. You got to take LGBTQ. You got to take all. It's crazy. We're going to do solar. We're going to do all these things. I mean, when you really think about it, bro, it's absolutely insane that they feel like that they can run the world. That they feel they can play God. It really is insane. And maybe it's the money. You know, in the Bible, there's only one thing that God says that rivals him with men, and that's mammon, and mammon is money. Maybe it's mammon. Maybe it's mammon that makes them think they're God, because God himself said that's the only thing that would rival him is mammon. But I don't know. I just be thinking, man, like it's crazy. It's crazy that I wouldn't do it. I would be too happy on the beach somewhere chilling, relaxing my nerves. You know what I'm saying? I'd be relaxing my damn nerves. Not trying to tell you what kind of car you can drive. Not telling you none of that. And the funniest thing is, you don't know Noah Havari has been ranting on Twitter because he's not getting his way. And the comments that's going back at him is so vicious. It's insane. You know, I'll tell you the most disappointing thing about the World Economic Forum in general is watching the forum is that, you know, the average video gets 10,000 views. Like you go look now, they got 10,000 views. And it's wild. Somebody say I seem down. No, I'm not down. I'm relaxed. I'm chilling. Ain't nothing down about me, baby. I'm a happy camper. It's just the average video gets 10,000 views. So the people who telling you how the whole world gonna run or how they plan on running the whole world, only 10,000 people take time to watch it. If it was 100,000 people watching, telling them about themselves, they might just not do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said 10,000 paid for views. No, I don't think it's 10,000. There's World Economic Forum groupies. I didn't had arguments with them on there. Well, I'd be like, nah, this dude's this, and they will sit there and argue with me in the comments, especially in the live chat. When they had the live chat on, I'll be in there going ham. I'm gonna mess around and get a bullet put in my head. How many of you guys have seen or heard the story Operation Black Sun and about the Sorkin family? I just want to know before I go into this because I need to know if I need to create some background so people understand. How many of you heard my story, Operation Black Sun? No, tell you, bro. I can't tell you that whole story, bro. You crazy. You gotta go. That's like me trying to tell you a movie, dude. When you get a chance, if you haven't heard it, when you get a chance, just search my channel, Operation Black Sun. If you go look closely, Andrew Tate is now getting targeted by the Sorkins. The people talk about George Soros and Alexander Soros and Larry Fink, and they're not the upper echelon of globalists. They're just the faces. There's families like the Sorkin family, which you don't. Their son, every other year, the youngest son, every other year, he shows up on the World Economic Forum stage and he moderates things. He runs the entertainment arm of the Sorkin family. But that family is does the most devastating damage to the world there is. You think Bill Gates is bad? No, them people way worse than Bill Gates. But their name never come up. You look up what I'm saying. And you're going to find stuff on them, but you got to search. The best way to find them is just go to Davos attendees, download the list, Have AI search through for Sorkin, you're gonna find them every year, all the time. One of them gonna be there. The biggest gangsters on the planet, and they gangsters. I'm talking about like Mission Impossible type, trying to bring into people how in buildings type, like wild stuff, crazy stuff. And so even the layer that we're looking at is like the skin of the New World Order. It's like the epidermal layer of the New World Order. You ain't even looking at the bones and the tendons and the ligaments when you see what they're those people on stage. I was warned about. I was just warned in general, but very specifically about the level of power and influence that those people wield. Like you think, people like, oh, the Soros DAs and the Soros this and the Soros that. We talking about the people that when George Soros run out of money, he go talk to them. And they're not the only family like that. Like everybody be like the Rothschild bankers. And don't get me wrong, the Rothschild bankers is the devil. But people don't realize there's multiple devil families. The Rothschilds is the branded devils. There's non-branded devils. People like, oh, the Rothschilds, once a year they set their table and Satan comes and have dinner with them. Well, there's people that Satan come and have dinner with them once a week. And the point I'm making is, and I'm trying to make, is that even the things that we've been given to be upset about are not all the way true. Even the things that have been disclosed to people are not 100% of what the threat is. You understand what I'm saying? Am I making sense to you? Are you with me? That's why when I do my videos, I try to explain to you guys from a spiritual perspective how to deal with things, because in this natural realm, there's so much more stuff that ain't nobody telling us. I just so happen to come from a field where when you research stuff, you had to research deep, and then people reach out to you and they want to share stuff with you and they tell you stories about things. You got to vet the stories. And so you get to the underbelly of issues. Like right now, a lot of the pundits that are talking, they're surface pundits. But they're popular because they talk about popular issues, but it's just the surface, man. It's the surface. They never like stuck their hand down the beast's throat and dug around in the belly and pulled out some bones. And that's the threat to me. The threat to me is that we're fighting a battle, and don't get me wrong, we're fighting a battle, we're getting liberated from the wicked people, but it's the ones that have been marketed and branded to us. It's kind of like, the Chick-fil-A of evil is the Rothschilds, and the McDonald's of evil is Larry Fink, and the Wendy's of evil is George Soros. They're big brands of evil. But they're not the biggest brands of evil. And what worries me is when those brands fall, Bill Gates is like, what's the worst buffet you can go to eat at? He's the golden corral of evil. Like you go to Bill Gates, you can get all kind of evil. You can get genetically modified food, you can get vaccines, you can get pills, you can get some good old fashioned just regular death and murder off up in Africa. Like he's like the golden corral of evil. But excuse me. But the truth of the matter is they're much more powerful brands. And what worries me is as these brands fall, now we got to deal with the big boys. Now we got to deal with the giant marshmallow man in Ghostbusters. We're gonna have to start crossing the stream soon. Even we fighting these dudes, and you ain't got to cross the stream for them. When the next group come, you got to cross the damn streams. Remember Ghostbusters? And he was like, "What would happen if we cross the streams?" And you gonna have to cross the streams on them, man. Good news was the people who invaded the church was arrested, but I'm gonna share something with you guys that you're gonna see to come to pass. A Christian jihad is getting ready to start. It's already started, but a Christian jihad is getting ready to start or intensify. And you're like, what are you talking? A Christian jihad is going to intensify. I've been saying it. Been saying it for a while. Been saying, yeah, it's gonna get to the point where Christians will be like, yo, I'm gonna bust your head. We moving into that territory. And just as I told you guys, I said every time there's an attack on Jesus, you're gonna get something to shake and move. Now ain't nobody get arrested from off the streets that did nothing until they went in that church. Until they decided to go. And the craziest thing about them going in the church in Minneapolis, Minnesota was they went in the church, invaded the church during service. And I don't normally share this stuff with you, but I'm gonna share this with you. The Lord showed me something about them invading that church. In that church was a person that was there that came there brokenhearted, seeking deliverance. Back row, right hand side. The person got up, moved towards the front while the pastor was preaching. The person was supposed to get saved. That soul was supposed to get saved. And they came in when that soul was supposed to be saved. And he got pissed off about it. To the highest point of pissivity. So they come in, they confront the pastor, which is crazy. And they disrupt the church. They traumatize the children in the church. Kids there crying. They're making accusations, being demonized Satanists. Well, you can't sit here and be comfortable while the Somalians are getting harassed and picked up, and on the behalf of people who are non-citizens, primarily criminals being rounded up, Muslims on top of that. And so you went to the house of the Lord, which is an altar unto the Lord. Every church is an altar unto the Lord. The altar attendant, which may be the pastor, may not be a righteous altar attendant, like the Dursky skits. Dursky was making fun of unrighteous altar attendants, which were priests, or unrighteous priests and altar attendants, which are the pastors. That does not mean that God is unrighteous because that man is unrighteous. Let's just be clear. It just means that God got a special foot that he going to put in that man behind. By the way, let me stop. Dursky's mocking of those people were part of a judgment from the Lord, just so you'll know. So don't be mad at Dursky. That was a part of a judgment. But going back to the point I'm making, they come in, they interrupt, they confront the pastor, they confront the people, they run everybody out. And if you look closely at the video, everybody's gone except for the pastor. There's worship music playing, and there is it Drewski? Somebody says Drewski. Okay, thank you. Drewski or Brewski? Drewski. Thank you. Drewski. And then there's this moment where the doors are open, and you get to see one of the videos. You'll see it. The doors of the church are wide open. The people are in there chanting, and nobody's there but the pastor. The worship and praise music is playing, but nobody's in there but the pastor. Then they come marching out, and it was an interview where where Don Lemon was talking to this guy, and the guy and they came marching past the guy, and all the rest of this cursing and screaming. That assault on the altar of God is what took this Christian jihad to the next level. And I said, no, they about to get judged. And so Now you start to see the arrests. And I anticipate you seeing more and more and more and more arrests. And quite frankly, when you look at it from a 1,000,000-foot view, Pam Bondi, who had not arrested nobody, had just was given an ultimatum. Everybody be like, Pam Bondi don't arrest nobody. Pam Bondi don't arrest nobody. So now a circumstance was arranged and allowed to happen to where she had to either poop or get off the pot. Had Pam Bondi not did what she needed to do, and even if she don't get Don Lemon, Pam Bondi would have came under some kind of judgment. I wouldn't want to be under what that woman came under. And I want to be clear with you. I talk a lot about God's judgment, but here's something you need to understand about when I say this, because people are like, oh, I've seen comments, DW always talking about God judging. I ask God to judge me every day because his judgments are perfect. And if I'm messed up on something, I want him to let me know. Now, I don't ask him to punish me for it every day. But hey, man, Lord, judge my heart. Weigh my heart. What's up with me, man? Am I all right? What I did? Because once you get to know him, you know his judgments are perfect. Even if you do have to go through something, it's him perfecting you. So everybody think judgments are always bad. Now, the consequences of some judgments can be really, really, really bad. But if you're in a relationship with him, hey, man, God, weigh me, judge me, man. What am I doing wrong? I'd rather fall in his hands than the hands of man any day. Because men is quite frankly, men is foul and messed up. You know what I'm saying? They'll judge you and then persecute you and then stone you. And they was your best friend 6 months ago. You see what I'm saying? I say Bondi, I think Bondi needs to go. I think she need to do a damn thing. I think she need to go. Well, we'll see. The only logical reason I could see for all them chilling the way they're chilling at this point in time is the 2026 midterm elections. Because quite frankly, the last time we saw like the test run for how the Democratic Party reacted when James Comey was indicted and when Brennan was indicted, you saw they rallied behind Comey and Brennan. You saw this rally. The media was able to rally behind them and make them into victims. And so the only thing I could think of as it pertains to Bondi and Todd Blanche and the rest of the DOJ is they're saying, all right, we don't want to rally these people behind the wicked ones. And so we just gonna wait. That's the only thing I can see. So that's the only excuse I can see. And it's a very, very politically savvy thing to say, well, I'm gonna chill until we get past this midterm, and then I'm gonna punish them. Because like Elon Musk rallied the left because they're crazy and fanatical. So anything they perceive as an attack, they rally behind it. So that's the only thing that's the only reason why I can see them saying, we're gonna chill for a little while. Does that make us feel good about it? No. Do I think do I think somebody's scalp need to be taken? Yes. Absolutely. But that's the only excuse I can think of that they would have. That's logical. That's politically expedient. Especially when you know you have a group of people who can be ginned up to get upset and defend some of the most unrighteous people there are. I mean, damn, they ginned them up to defend Kilmore Brega Garcia, who was a drug dealer, who beat his wife, who was smuggling people, to the point that they went down to another country to petition for him to come back to America, to the point that, well, we can't even deport the dude from America. So basically, I could see how they like, okay, we're going to chill for right now. We need to get a little bit more control. Makes sense. I don't like it. I could be wrong on it. But that's the only thing that makes sense for me. Outside of that, nothing else makes sense. If that's not the reason why you're not doing it, then everybody need to be arrested. Everybody in DOJ need to get arrested because they broke law after law after law after law. They breaking law in Minnesota right now. It's a damn snowstorm with minus 20 degrees, and they still out there breaking the damn law. You know what I'm saying? They're still out there breaking the damn law. Like, I don't have no time, and I'm pretty sure you don't have no. I ain't got no time to be following after no damn ICE agent and harass them. If I'm at the coffee shop and I see an ICE agent, hey, bro, you want a coffee? Get that man coffee, go about my business. I ain't got time to follow you around. Fuck, I look like following you around. I got stuff to do. So you know the people mentally ill already. You can't find nothing better to do with your life than run around and chase federal law enforcement. Then when they get you, start crying and whining. You're hurting me. You're hurting me. What? What? Man, you crazy. You asking for a bullet. Somebody said many of them are students. I mean, that's true. Many of them are students, but that Renee Good wasn't no damn student. That was a grown ass woman with a baby. With children. Think about it. You a mama. You run around chasing that damn ICE agents. Something wrong with you. For real. That's like the black couple or one of the couples that said their kid got tear gas. Turns out they left the kid in the car when they went out to protest. Something wrong with y'all behind. You bring your kid to a protest, that's child abuse. Oh, they tear gas my kid. Yeah, he's sitting in the car at a damn protest, and tear gas got in the car, and you got him locked in the car. So the tear gas just filling up the damn car. You no damn parent. You an idiot. You're the dun-to-dun. The dude should have had a vasectomy, never been able to have no children. Matter of fact, they should give him a vasectomy now. He shouldn't be able to have no children. You ain't no responsible adult. We leave my damn child nowhere to go defend nobody, no damn non-citizens. Shit, I wouldn't leave my child there to go defend, what's that dude named? George Floyd. Oh, I'm gonna go to George Floyd protest and leave my kid in the car. And BLM, Black Lives Matter, hell no. What about your child life? That child life matter. You're gonna bring him in a danger zone. Man, sit your behind down. Sit your behind all the way down. To me, it's just wild. It's just wild. It's real quiet out here tonight. Like creation is just waiting. Like it knows something coming. There's nights like that where you come outside. I don't know if y'all ever do a lot of praying in the night. You know, there's gates of prayer where you can pray. Like 12 midnight is the hour of judgment where you can pray and get judgments rendered and legislate in the spirit realm for your family and your territory that you've been assigned. 3 a.m. the hour of mystery. 9 a.m. the hour of crucifixion, the time that Jesus Christ was crucified. You know, when you come out at night and it's just dead still like this, it's like quiet, like everything is hunkered down, then you know something coming. You know what I'm saying? Marcus said 3 a.m. is his jam. Yeah, 3 a.m., bro. If you're praying at 3 a.m., It's wild. God, he real talkative. God, real talkative at 3 a.m. Like super talkative. I guess because it's the sacrifice of not having no sleep. But it's funny because you talk to the average Christian about 3 a.m. They be like, "Oh, that's the witching hour." I be laughing at people. You be like, "Well, James, that's the witching hour." That's what it is in their kingdom. Yeah, that's what it is in their kingdom. That's it's the witching hour in their kingdom. You ain't lying, but you don't know nothing about the damn kingdom you in. But that's the witching hour. Well, for them, it starts at 12 midnight and goes to 3 a.m. Sometimes it go all the way to the sunset. They want to program the sun upon its rising. That's what the Muslims is real dangerous. Nobody get that about the Muslims. See that 5 a.m. before sunrise? They're up there, Allah, 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 then chatting into that sun, programming your whole damn day. That's what happened in Minnesota. That's what done happened in damn Dearborn. They done programmed that territory. 5 a.m. religiously. Oh my God, James, you're retarded. But I'm just telling you the truth. They enchanting into the womb of the morning. So when the sun come through the womb of the morning, giving birth, boo, they like, yeah, Allah rule this day in this territory. Then they got the nerve to tell a Christian, we don't want your bells ringing. Man, you better sit your big booty goat chasing behind down somewhere, bro, with that foolishness, man. What's wrong with you? I'm trying to tell you. And watch my words. See how people fear Islam? Watch. Watch. People gonna fear Christians the same way they fear Islam. Now we ain't gonna run around blowing up buildings acting a fool. It's gonna be different. It's gonna be you say something, you're gonna get chin checked. You do something to Christians, you're gonna get blown up by governments. Watch. Oh no, people they finna it's because they done pushed it too damn far. You done crossed too many damn lines. You know what I'm saying? Crossed too many damn lines. You done fell into a burning ring of fire. I fell into a burning ring of fire, and it burns, 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 and the flames are getting higher. And it burns, burns, burns. The ring of fire, the ring of fire. I don't know if y'all know this, but I'm a massive Johnny Cash fan. I traveled all the way to Nashville just to go to the Johnny Cash Museum. Didn't do a damn thing else in Nashville but go to that museum. That's it. I got so much Johnny Cash stuff. I damn near thought about breaking the glass and taking his ring. I was standing there. I was like, I wonder if my cell phone could smash this bulletproof glass. I'm going to break that glass, take that ring, and run out of there. I'd have been all on the news. Fat black guy steals Johnny Cash's ring in Nashville. and he runs away and gets 15 feet and gets tackled because he ran out of breath. Oh my goodness. Oh, what is wrong with you? One of the best artists ever. You know the crazy thing about Johnny Cash, he went through his stuff, found the Lord, and then his music, when you listen to his music, you know that certain songs was sponsored by the Holy Spirit. You know it. You can feel it in the music. Immediately. 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 I lose control when you're not next to me. That song just popped in my head real quick, so I wanted to get it out with my musical Tourette's. That Teddy Swims could sing, boy. That Teddy Swims could sing. He reminded me of the dude that did that song, What You Won't Do, Do for Love. You tried everything, but you won't give up. In my world is only you. Let me do for love what I would not do. My friends say, what is wrong with me? But I'm in the days of your love, you see. I came back to let you know I got a thing for you, and I can't let go. Damn, we had some good music growing up. Is there any good slow music nowadays? Has anybody in here younger than me that what the hell do people listen to when they're trying to get with that girl? You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think there's no slow music, and I don't listen to the radio. Sorry, I don't listen. My vehicle time is not for the radio. Yeah, that's what I thought. I figured it wasn't nothing. But I'm ghetto though, because my favorite rapper is Tay K. He in prison right now, but that's my favorite rapper, Tay K. My favorite young rapper is Tay K. He locked up though. That's a little dude who murdered a bunch of people, went on a run for the police, then did a rap video called The Race, and was doing recording rap videos while he's running. I love me some little Tay K. But that's just the real New Orleans ghetto side of me. But I don't listen to rap music because rap music carries so many spirits that I ain't trying to roll with none of them spirits that be on that music. I want nothing to do with them spirits. I guess I'm gonna go take me a bath. We've been on here an hour. Let me take these glasses off so I can see what people talking about. I just been sitting here running it. Corey said his was C Murder. Yeah, C Murder. It was all in the name. Somebody said check out silver. Man, I've been buying silver for quite a while, bro. It is lizard week. We've been doing videos on lizards all day. The past 3 days, you gotta watch the long videos. I be putting the lizards in the stream, bro, but nobody hit the like button on the vertical stream, so it don't get no views. So I'm like, man, I ain't about to waste my time. That's wasting electricity, Woody. My electric bill sky high. Close the door. You gonna make my light bill sky high. Anybody got any questions before I close it out? I answered a few questions. Somebody said lizards all over Baton Rouge. Man, Baton Rouge is a wild place, dog. Baton Rouge is actually worse than New Orleans because the dudes in Baton Rouge try to outdo New Orleans. Like in them avenues, I don't know if you from Baton Rouge, you know about the avenues. Them avenues is bad. You come down Airline Highway behind that strip club. I forgot that neighborhood is back there. That's horrific. Forgot the name of it. That Baton Rouge is horrific, bro. That man. They bad. Black Sun book, Cannibal Island book. Um, Cannibal Island is too short to put in a book. Black Sun. I mean, I could put the last part of the part that comes after that and combine everything into a book because Black Sun is just a portion of a much longer story. For those of you who know, it's the Lion Men of Judah, then it's Venezuelan, the Winged Ones, then it's Expedition Alaska. You know the craziest thing about that series of stories, guys, and if you haven't heard those stories, they're on my channel. I encourage you to listen to them. They like movies, right? Like seriously, it's like listening to a movie. The craziest thing about that And this is the thing that disappointed me about being in that community. That is the most dangerous story that I've ever told for me personally, like for my life. Like the stuff I was sharing in that store, those stories was stuff that get your head bust left and right multiple times. It was so dangerous to tell those stories that when I would record the story, people be like, when the next part of the story coming? I'm like, yo, you trying to get me killed, man. Because I would record. First of all, the process was I would take a phone call and I would have to shut down for the day because they'd be like, okay, James, I can talk to you on February 4th from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. And then I wouldn't talk to them again for 6 months. So it was like, okay, I got to stop doing everything I'm doing and I got to sit here and have this conversation. So I have this intense conversation with multiple phone calls back and forth that day from multiple different phone numbers from multiple different people who's switching out multiple different SIM cards. And I'm sitting there taking notes and memorizing, taking notes, memorizing, taking notes, memorizing, taking notes, memorizing. And then you tell the story and everybody's like, oh, this is fake. And I'm like, yo, my dude, what is wrong with y'all? Oh, you made this up. I'm like, yo, how can I make this up? Then the craziest thing was one phone call. They call and they like, hey, we watching what people saying you fake. Just tell them to go look it up. Because at this point in time, I already knew what they were saying was true because I'm getting stuff sent to me in the mail. I'm getting little emails with stuff that's happening in France that's in the news in France. Well, oh, person shot in France. This. Perpetrator got away. And it just in the news, then it disappears. And people are like, oh, it's so fake. You make up fake stuff. I'm like, yo, I'm not about to risk my life for these people to know a damn thing. I'm not risking my life so you can know. You don't believe it, whatever. And that's why that's why I still have some of the most terrifying stuff that I never disclosed because there's no reward for disclosing it. Or like you have to it's like you have to pay a price for disclosing truth to you. Somebody says, what about Alex Jones? I don't know. What about Alex Jones? That's how I feel about Alex Jones. I love me some Alex Jones. Absolutely love me some Alex Jones. Alex Jones saved my whole family life. Him and what's the old dude name that oh my goodness, that used to do the reports, the WebBot reports. Cliff High. Alex Jones and Cliff High is high on my list of people that I love. You know what I'm saying? Because they give you the truth. But the problem is and this goes back to the point that I was just making. Like, for example, when we went into the world shutdown, it was Alex Jones and Cliff High that was like, hey, this is what they're doing. They're going to do A, they're going to do B, they're going to do C, they're going to do D. If you want to survive, you need to take this. It was those people who were telling you, oh, you need to make sure you got zinc and vitamin C and high doses of vitamin D. And you need to make sure that you got ivermectin because ivermectin will do this. That was all the people that was disclosing this stuff. But because people have short memories and because people's minds are malleable, the people who save lives are the people who dishonor the most. And that's the reason why, going back to the point I was making about the stories, that's why I didn't tell all the rest of those stories because it just makes no sense. It makes no sense. I even started saying it publicly. You know what I'm saying? I started saying public. I was like, yo, it don't make no sense to tell. It don't make no sense to die for you. It don't make no sense. It don't profit me to tell you the truth about this, and then because people don't like me or people getting gin up dislikes, now I'm all of a sudden I'm a fraud. Nah, that don't make no sense. And you know the craziest part about it? When it comes to the cryptid world, they know this now. Now that I've left, I'm pretty sure they're aware of this. You see, there's two entities that monitor the world of cryptid and world of strange. One of them is associated with the State Department. One of them is associated with Bureau of Land Management. Two entities. There's a third entity I talked to the guy one time, but he wouldn't tell me where he was from. Those two damn entities, when you start hitting on truth, especially locational truth, where things are happening, then people come down on you like a damn million-ton anvil from the sky. Because the stuff that people feel is weird and strange is not. It's nothing weird and strange about it. It's known. It's just weird and strange to people on the internet. And it's this mysticism that surrounds it because it's monetized. But you go to certain areas of the United States of America and go in the backwoods, they know about things. It's just commonplace to them. They know what to do, what not to do, when to go there, when not to go there, how to get out of it. It's just commonplace. And I'll never forget, I got one phone call. 0000000. If the person that you talking about monsters, cryptids, and shit, and they ain't never told you they got a 0000000 phone call, they a lying son of a bitch. 000000000. 4 zeros at the end, 3 zeros at the front, 3 zeros in the middle. Hey, Mr. Williams, how you doing today? I said, oh hell, what the hell is going on? Hey man, I just want to talk to you. I want to let you know we've been listening. We really like what you do. Think it's phenomenal. But it would behoove you. When the man tell you it would behoove you, the word behoove is a threat. It would behoove you to, shift the location. I mean, you're fantastic, man. We've never seen anybody like you. You're fantastic. You know what I'm saying? But it would behoove you to shift the location. And then me, I'm ghetto. I'm like, man, what if I don't want to shift the location? Well, you could be shifted. Oh, really? Then he says this. You're a smart guy. You're a smart guy. I mean, we checked your records. You worked for the United States Space and Strategic Defense Command. You've worked in underground bunkers. You worked on secret projects. You've done all these things. You're a very smart guy. You're going to go a long way. You're a very smart guy. But have you ever considered, his exact words, have you ever considered that the people that you're trying to share truth with will stab you in your back in a heartbeat? I said, damn, I never thought about that like that, sir. Then it felt like a slave. I never thought about that there, sir. I'll be. Because I'm watching the behavior patterns. And I said, hey, how I know it ain't you? He said, it don't take much to get people to go wild. He said, organically, that's what they do. He said, I'm just telling you, there's a line that you can cross, and it don't profit you. He said, there's a line that you could dance on and you'll be all right. He said, but when you cross the line, it don't profit you. It's not profitable to anybody. And I was like, you know what? This dude right. This dude right. You 100% right. And sure enough, what he said is exactly what happened. Now, did he have something to do with orchestrating it? I seriously doubt it. Because although I was a habitual line stepper, I was a kind of guy that put the toe over the line, not jump over the line. And so the only way you get people the real truth is you got to put a toe over the line. And so I kept on putting my toe over the line and kind of pushing it a little further back, a little further back, a little further back, a little further back, a little further back. And to a certain extent, that helps them. Now, you get to talking about some of the stuff they don't want to talk about, that don't help. My friends wonder what is wrong with me, because I'm in the days of your love, you see. I can't remember his name, but I can tell you somebody who's the best female singer ever that I love to death. Her name is Teena Marie. Teena Marie. I love me some damn Teena Marie. I say it all the time. I'm out on a limb. I'm sorry. Somebody's saying something in the super chat. You gave me another super chat. You asked me about Art Bell. Only had the privilege of talking to Art Bell one time. And this was about a month before he was found dead. At that point in time, I was really good friends with Heather Wade from Midnight in the Desert, which had turned to the Kingdom of Nye. Heather Wade lived in a property which was his studio, which was behind his house. And he came over to see her one night after I had did an interview with her. And when you did those interviews, it was from like 11 p.m. Central till 3 a.m. Central. And so if you did an interview with her, you would be up from like 11 till 4. And we're talking right after the interview, and she's like, "Oh, Dark, that was fantastic, James. I really loved it. We had a lot of phone calls every time you come on. It's really great. Um, it's really great." And da 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 da. And then she says, "Oh my God, Art's outside." I'm like, "What?" She's like, "Art's outside. I'm looking at him on the camera. Hold on." And she comes back, and she's like, "I'm on the phone with Dark Waters." And he's like, "Man, I've been listening to you, man. You're really good. Da 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 da." We talked for a little while. I'm like, I really appreciate your work and blah blah. But I never was able to build a relationship with Art. I really wish I could have talked to him more, but it was just kind of one of those things. I like what you do. Keep on doing it. And gave me a couple of tips and pointers. But the next thing I know, Art was dead. And then all the shit started off about his death. Who gonna take this? And that was just ignorant. That was just ignorant. Let's see what other questions we got. Somebody says, ever got a phone call after watching something about the Lord with all sixes in the phone number? No, never got no crap like that. No, sir. Nope, 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 nope. I did get some seriously demonic phone calls, though. The issue with talking to the public to get real stories is you have to open yourself up to the public. So you get phone calls from everybody. And I started getting a phone call from various different numbers. And it was the same continuous conversation with various different voices. And I remember talking about people like, "You're being gang stalked." I'm like, "Nah, I ain't being gang stalked. This some old, what's the name of Denzel Washington movie where the damn demon jumped from person to person? Was it the name of the movie Fallen? What was the name of the movie with Azazel with Denzel? It was like, it'd be like, "Time is on my side." Yes, it is. It's Fallen. Man, get a phone call from a little old lady. "Hey, James, how you doing, son? I wanted to call and tell you a story." "Well, yes, ma'am, I'm listening to the story." "Well, it starts off with Jesus does not exist. He doesn't love you, and we gonna kill you." "What?" Click. A little girl. Click. Then 2 days will pass. Then an old man. They all continuous conversation. It's like they holding one conversation. And the next person pick up where the last person left off and left off and left off. And then finally, it just got to the point where I was like, I'm tired of this crap. Phone rang. Before they could say something, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus Christ and bind your tongue. You're going to leave me the hell alone." And just silence. Click. And I was like, that was some damn demons. That's some damn demons calling. Never changed that phone number either. They ain't never called back no more either. When it comes to that kind of stuff, bro, I could tell you some stories. But I don't like telling people demonic stories because demons exist outside of time and space and they're interdimensional. So when you actually start talking about them, you actually be summoning them. That's why. That's part of the reason why I stopped going into the old. I wanted to leave the cryptid stuff because all you doing is summoning stuff. Paula May, thank you for the $5. You just summoning it because it's like, oh, tell me a scary story. If I told you a creepy pasta, it's cool, but because I only told true stories, the things will come. Like I told a story on Spaced Out Radio, one of these podcasts, right? And these guys got their whole studio. It's like a radio station studio. And he's like, "Tell us your scariest story." I'm like, "Y'all sure?" And he was like, yeah. So I started telling the story. And in the middle of the story, the dude started freaking out. And you hear a girl like, ah. And when we go off air, they're like, yo, there was a black shadow that came into the studio. And I was like, bro, I told y'all I didn't want to tell y'all the scariest story. And he was like, man, I didn't I said, no, I'm talking about real stuff. And so when you talk about those real things, all you do is you summon them on in. You're like, oh, you talking about me? Let me go see who over there talking about me. I'm like, nah, bro. So that's why I got out of that, because I don't want to be responsible. I'm not going to tell people no fake stories, because the fake stuff is creepy pasta. That's so whack. And I don't believe in lying. I'm not going to lie to you to make no money. To me, creepy pasta is just lying to you. I'm known for telling true stories, so I couldn't be like, okay, all of a sudden now this story's not true. And then if I produce a non-true story in the manner in which I produce my true stories, then they'd be like, oh, well, everything else you said was false because this sounds like everything else because I master production. So it's like, oh, I can't do that. And then on top of all that, God gonna be like, yeah, I gave you this gift, son, and all you did was exalt demons and get people demonized. I'm like, nah, this is done. I'm done. Done. Keep it. Book them, Dan O'Wheel is over with. It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. And it's why when you look at people who are in those fields, it don't matter what field it's in. UFOs, cryptids, the guys who go into haunted houses, why all of them demonized in some way, shape, or form. Even the ones that claim to be Christians that got their podcast, and then they'll have a preacher on here and there, and then they'll go into talking about Nephilim, and then they'll go into having somebody in who said they had a demon in their house. All of them demonized to various different degrees and levels. And so it's like either you're gonna be in Babylon and be half good, half bad, or you just gonna leave out of there. So I'm like, nah, I ain't playing around in Babylon. I'm turning in my visa to Babylon. You know what I'm saying? I won't be traveling back into your territory. And some stuff is better to talk about than others. You know what I'm saying? Like, but inevitably, when you talk about those things, there's other stuff that's attached to it. So it's one of those plays where it's like, inevitably, you're going to influence somebody to go there behind into the woods to go look for something, thinking they're going to find one thing, not realizing there's other things there. It's human nature, because people have this curiosity like cats. I'm curious. I want to know where I can find this. So now I get messages. I don't even log into Facebook. When I log into my Facebook, I'll have 50 messages. Hey, DW, I want to figure out if I can go to where Dogman Island is. Where is it? Go find Jesus, woman. Don't worry about that. Well, I want to find it. When you find it, you'll never be able to get rid of it. Go find Jesus. But they don't believe him. So I figured, let somebody else explain to people. Let somebody else basically lead you to hell, not me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't with leading you to hell. The chat done shut off. So ain't nobody talking? Or did somebody mess with my chat and spam it to the point to where nobody could talk? They got people who do that. Nope, it's still there. But the stories I will tell is the stories like Buying Trouble. I'll tell those all day. And those will go into all kinds of topics. But the center of the story is God and supernatural forces that take place in the average person's life. I think I would say, in my personal opinion, that's either the first best or second best story I ever told. I would put it at first because you can actually learn something from the story. And if you haven't heard Buying Trouble, look up Buying Trouble on my channel. Start with episode 1, and you be like, damn, I never understood none of this. But the truth of the matter, it was all the all the cryptid stuff that put me on those people's radar. James Thomas said he been down from day one. You a day one OG. Thank you, JT. The problem with supernatural stuff is people don't understand who the author of all supernatural things is. And so when you go down the road of supernatural, people end up going toward darkness because they don't understand how light functions in the supernatural. And that's really the fault of the modern day church in America. It really truly is. It really, really truly is. And so when a person gets an unction from God, and God gives them a warning, or they hear from God, or they get a knowing from God, and they have that ability to know things and have that connection with God, and they start talking to people, like, oh, you're a psychic. Now you done ran down the road with a whole bunch of psychics. And that's not the truth of the matter. You had a gift from God, and he doesn't repent of his gifts, and you just took that gift over to the kingdom of darkness. And that's the reality of it. It's kind of like there's been a lot of people who converted from like hardcore Satanism to Christianity. Some of them be on some BS. Some of them they just going with the flow. But the one that I can say that is truly done it, his name is James Kawala. If you go listen to James Kawala, he gave a testimony that made him blow up. Then he had this thing with some website where they said that he slept with somebody's sister, some crazy foolishness. But if you go look at James Kawala and you watch James Kawala's content, you'll come to understand the supernatural nature of Christianity. I mean, you really will understand the supernatural aspects of Christianity. You'll be like, damn, I ain't know all that. I ain't know all that, homie. Ooh, that cold weather about to come. I can feel it closing in. Like a vice grip coming. Cold, I done told you, you can do all that power everywhere else you want, but you're going to leave my power on. Me and you got an agreement. I mean, trees, everything else, we all in agreement with Jesus. You don't come over here with that power out of stuff. You can do, and I don't want a whole bunch of damn ice over here either. I want a whole bunch of ice to where I'm going to slip and fall. We ain't playing none of that either. You know what I'm saying? Drop a little snow, drop a little rain, drop some of them things, but I don't want none of that. I don't want none of the rest of that foolishness, man. I don't want that. We ain't playing that. I got things to do. I got all these people that I want to talk to. You ain't taking my internet either. I want to add the internet into that conversation. Don't be messing with my damn internet either. Sometimes you just gotta sometimes you just gotta tell the weather what it need to do, where to get off at, man. Be wilding. I tell y'all a story. There was a person who sent a storm to me. I don't know if you guys know this, but there are people who can send storms. Sent a storm. I'm up at 5 a.m. in the gym getting my workout on, and the damn phone started going crazy. Bang, 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 bang. Look at my phone. I said, what the Sam hell is going on? It says tornado warning, tornado warning. Not the warning, whatever the one is, the one where you're supposed to go, you're behind inside. That's the one that's coming, right? It's the one where you're supposed to take cover right now. And so I'm like, all right, I come outside and I'm looking over the gym, and the damn cloud, the sky is purple. Purple. I said, oh, hell no. Don't no damn tornado come with no purple sky. Now, I'm not from no tornado prone area. Is anybody in the chat from an area where they got a lot of tornadoes? Anybody? You been from an area where does the sky turn purple for tornadoes all the time, purple and green? Like something from Big Trouble in Little China, like Lopan is in the damn sky. Does that happen in Tornado Alley? Can somebody answer that question for me, please? Somebody say, "Oh yeah." Okay, good. Kinda. Well, it looked like Big Trouble in Little China in the sky. Purple, green, like this purplish pinkish color in green. And I said, I'm standing out there and I'm looking. And I said, "My Lord, what is this?" And he said, "That's somebody sent a stone." I said, "Sent a stone for who?" "For you." Now the whole area is under the tornado alert. Now don't get it twisted. It ain't like there's this localized tornado that jumped up out the ground. The whole area is under tornado alert. But he said, "No, that's coming for you." I said, "What you mean it's coming for me?" He said, "That's coming for you." I said, "What am I supposed to do with this thing?" He said, "Tell it where to go." I said, "No, that's not how that works." He said, "No, you better tell that stone. You better talk to that stone." I said, "Well, you tell me what to say." He said, "Tell it in the name of Jesus Christ." I said, and I'm like a little child, "In the name of Jesus Christ." And he's like, "Tell it it's not gonna take out you're not gonna take out my power. You're not gonna take out my power." You know how a little kid when you you know how when you're a little kid and you've been in a fight and you're crying, "I'm gonna beat you up. You said something about my mama. You said something about my mama." Bruh, I'm literally like that. And I'm like, "You gonna go around here? You're not about to be coming over here. You're not gonna take out my power. You're not gonna take out my energy. Now you're gonna do none of this, and you're not gonna do it in a 1 mile radius." And so I said, and Lord said, "Now go on inside. Get your family. Go. We all in the gym working out. Get your family. Get everybody inside. So get everybody going inside. They piking. I'm like, yo, they got a tornado coming, man. We need to go inside. They still working out, lifting weights, bench press. Hey, listen, bro. They got a damn tornado coming. You're not listening to me. Get your ass up. We about to go inside." So everybody get up. They come outside. They look, "Man, why the sky look like that? I told you they got a damn tornado coming, right?" So we go inside. And as soon as we close the door, wind start howling. I'm talking about just blowing, going crazy. Rain going horizontal. Power flicker once. Flick it. I said, "Oh, damn. It ain't listening to me." Then that some bitch start growling. If you from tornado territory, y'all know y'all done heard them tornadoes growl before, right? Somebody say, "Did you know it's 12 a.m. Wendell?" Yeah, yeah, it's all good. The damn tornado started growling. I'm like, "Oh no, 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 no." Lord said, "Go back outside." I said, "I thought I need to talk to it once." "No, go back outside. It ain't listening to you." And this time say it like you mean. So now I'm outside on the balcony. "In the name of Jesus Christ," I'm talking low. He said, "You better say that louder." So I just passed. "In the name of Jesus Christ, you not about to take out this power." So I started getting ghetto with it. "You ain't taking out this power. You ain't knocking down no trees. You ain't doing nothing in this 1 mile radius. You heard what I said? You ain't doing nothing." That bitch said, I said, "Oh hell." I said, "Oh hell, this is not going real good." The wind started whipping and turned and started blowing directly at me. And then it go, and I'm like, "No, this ain't this ain't going good, man. This ain't going good. This about to end bad. Your boy about to die. I'm about to die, Jesus. I'm about to die. I'm gonna need you to help me, Lord. Help me, Lord. I'm gonna die." Oh my goodness, it was so funny. Oh my goodness, it's hilarious. And so go back inside. The Lord said, "Sit down and watch TV." I was like, "Man, I can't watch no TV. Sit down and watch your favorite TV show." My favorite TV show is Stargate. I don't know if you ever watched Stargate SG-1, but I love me some Stargate SG-1. Dun, 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 dun. And then Stargate opens and the water goes right. So I'm sitting there watching Stargate. The lights flicker again. And I get up to go outside. No, don't go back outside. It's fine. I fall asleep on the sofa watching Stargate. Watch this craziness. Wake up, lights still on. Power on. Leave to go get something. Drive around within a 1 mile radius. The 1 mile radius ain't no power. Around me where I'm at, ain't no power. Trees down. People, houses done got torn up. And you just drive the 1 mile radius. Nothing. Nothing else. Everybody got power. Everything stayed up. And I'm driving. And then that's when I learned this lesson. And Lord said, now don't you think I deserve some glory for that? I said, oh, yes, sir, you do. Amen. Praise Jesus. Praise Jesus. You deserve it. You deserve all the glory for that one. I didn't know that's how that worked. That's how I learned it. That's how I learned it. And then he started supporting it for me with scripture. Because next thing you know, I'm sitting around looking through the TV. Dr. Francis Miles come on. And he's talking about dealing with the four winds. And so I started watching Dr. Francis Miles, which, by the way, we got an interview coming up with Dr. Francis Miles real soon, my big homie. And I started learning about the four winds and where they come from and their homes and where they live. And I was like, dang, these things actually got a house. And so then after that, I started telling the weather what I'm going to take and what I'm not going to take. And we cool. You know what I'm saying? Me and the weather be like, yeah, James, I hear your dog. It's all good. I'm like, all right, homie. Don't be coming over here with all that foolishness. For the most part, he be chilling. Every now and then, he be wilding out. I feel like right now is one of the times where you want to wild out here in these streets. On that Nick Cannon stuff. You know what I'm saying? Can't be going Nick Cannon, man. And you keep it regular. All right, see, I'm talking too much. It's getting late. What time is it? I've been on here an hour and 30 whole minutes. Somebody said, Dr. Francis Miles, I can't wait. Can I have your email? Hell no, you can't have my email. I don't want no emails. Somebody around here gifting memberships. Thank you, homie. I don't even check my emails. My producer checked my emails. Yeah, my fire done went out. No wonder why I got so cold. It was a nice little distance away, too. It was keeping me warm. Now my feet getting cold. You still hear that little crackle from that fire. Ain't nothing more beautiful than a crackling of a fire. When them fires crackle. Last story. Y'all know I'm black, right? Y'all done seen me, right? And I ain't regular black. I'm real dark black. So I remember my mama signed me up for the Boy Scouts. And I remember her saying, yeah, you know, you need to go to the Boy Scouts. So in my elementary school, they had the Boy Scouts, right? So I always felt weird about them damn Boy Scouts because, I don't know, everything I ever saw about the Boy Scouts was them people touching on little boys, right? Even when I was a kid, there was always in the news the Boy Scout people touching on the little boys. So they say we going camping, right? And like we doing this camping trip. And we was going to Honey Island Swamp to go camping. Now, Honey Island Swamp is where they got the Bigfoots at. Everybody want to be hearing about Bigfoots. Honey Island Swamp is where the real Bigfoots is. The serious Bigfoots. And the reason why the Bigfoots is in Honey Island Swamp is because it's federally protected. And don't nobody really go deep up into the Honey Island Swamps. Now, if you go deep up to the Honey Island Swamps, up to the north-hand side, but you're going to find them Bigfoots. But anyway, so we go to the Honey Island Swamp. And I didn't want to go. I didn't want to go camping. So we go there. And everything cool while the sun up. You know what I'm saying? Mosquitoes, big as your damn thumb. But everything cool, man. And see me, I brought a butter knife. Now, I didn't realize it was a butter knife. And keep it real with you. I thought I got a regular sharp kitchen knife. But I was doing it in a rush, so my dumb ass got a butter knife. Because I'm a retard. So, you know, like we get ready to leave, and I'm like thinking, man, I need some kind of knife. I'm going out here in these woods. So I open the drawer, and the butter knife was right next to the knives with the black plastic handle, the little small sharp knife, right? You know, the one that you might use to slice some butter, right? I'm a nice slicing butter, but like to cut some onions or something, right? The butter knife and that little knife is right next to each other. So I reach in and I'm thinking I'm getting a little black knife. My black behind get a butter knife. Anyway, we there. We out there chilling. Sun go down. They light the fire. They got a log. Everybody sitting on the log. What was that dude's name? Because he had a Jerry curl. Oh, come on. What was his name? He coached us in flag football. Johnson. Last name was Johnson. Forgot his first name. Mr. Johnson. Mr. Johnson was out there, you know. He like, we gonna roast some marshmallows. We gonna do this. We gonna do that. We got our tent set up and the whole nine is, you know, just two to a tent. You got your little stupid sleeping bag. You know what I'm saying? But the way he did the tents was, you know, I felt like he should have did the tents around the fire in a circle where everybody was even. So like my tent is next to your tent, right? The way he did it was staggered. Like some people was a little bit closer to the fire than other people. We just so happened to be the dudes that was a little bit further back. So imagine like one's close, one's further back, one's close, one's further back, and it's going into the circle. We just so happen to be further back. And by further back, I'm a kid. You know what I'm saying? In my mind, we was 20 yards back from the fire. We weren't really that damn far. But in my mind, we was 20 yards away because I'm a kid, right? And I'm black and I'm in the woods and we don't really be doing this camping in the woods thing because I'm from New Orleans. Now, don't get me wrong. I ain't afraid of going into the woods because we play around in the swamp. But we don't sleep in no damn swamp. You understand what I'm saying? So don't act like, you know, it's not like we play around in the swamp. You know what I'm saying? We catch our crawfish and we'll boil our crawfish. You know what I'm saying? We'll jump in the water, alligator. So it ain't like I'm no punk, but I ain't the camping thing, the sleeping in the outdoors in the night. Even if it would have been in a swamp close to me, I would have felt better about it. But this is a whole nother swampy area that I don't know nothing about. I don't even know how to get out of there. So I've got all this anxiety, right? Dude with me, he just go to sleep named Thomas. Thomas was the only Mexican dude in our school. Thomas go straight to sleep. Probably had something to do with the fact that he was Mexican. Go straight to sleep. Just gone. So now I'm just sitting up. I'm sitting up. And I got that little stupid, remember we had the little Casio watches? The little calculator watch, the little Casio watch. And you can hit the little light on, the little stupid green light come on the watch. Come on now, y'all with me? Y'all remember the green light watch, the little Casio? So I'm checking the time. Boop. 10. Check the time. Boop. 12. Check the time. Boop. 1. So now I'm starting to get sleepy. 1 o'clock in the morning, I'm getting sleepy. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm about to go to sleep. Boy, I don't think it was no monster or nothing, but something run behind that damn tent on all fours. Boy, I jump up and I'm like, I'm gonna get my knife, and I reach down and I got a damn butter knife. I got a damn butter knife. I ain't sleep that whole night. I got a damn butter knife. And you want to know how I know I got a damn butter knife? Because I reach around and wield and like whip the knife. And I'm thinking I done cut the tent. Because it's supposed to be a sharp knife. And the tent don't cut. And I'm like, no, that don't make no sense. So I rub it on there again. The tent don't cut. So now I'm like taking a little stupid green light and I'm flashing it. It's a damn butter knife. Oh my goodness. Oh man. I couldn't wait to get the hell out of there. I couldn't wait to get the hell out of there. I could not wait to get the hell out of there. Yeah, another year, they took us on this retreat. This time they did cabins. It's not Bayou Sinet, it's Bayou something. It's on the West Bank. We got these stupid cabins. And that was better. Because it was a cabin. You had like a bedroom downstairs. We had a bed with 2 people. You had like 2 bunk beds upstairs. And it was Thomas again. And we was wilding. And the way the cabin was, when you go out on the deck of the cabin, they had a bayou there. I could look it up. It's in West Wego. West Wego, Louisiana. West Wego. Y'all know how they came up with the name West Wego, right? When people came over there and they found it, and they met the Indians, And it was like, man, which direction is west? And they was like, right here, go this way. Okay, well, west we go. That's how they came up with the name West We Go. But anyway, we out there and it's normal. It's like being in my neighborhood. So we jumping in the water. We're doing all kinds of stuff. Alligators, the thing about alligators, if you splash in the water, you jump in the water, you run an alligator off, right? So anybody worrying about it? Whoa, we got this dude named Chris Brown. Dude's real name was Chris Brown. Light skinned dude, I couldn't stand his ass. This is back in the day when in the black community, dark skinned men wasn't in style. It was all light skinned dudes that was in style. This is when Al B. Sure was out. He was like, I can tell you how I feel about you night and day. I couldn't stand Al B. Sure, unibrow having ass. Because all the girls wanted somebody to look like Al B. Sure. And Chris Brown looked like Al B. Sure, and I was hating on him. I'm going to keep it real with y'all. I was hating on his light-skinned yellow ass. I was hating on him, man. Got my hater. I'm still a hater to this day. Not a hater of light-skinned people, no, but I'm a hater. Sometimes I could be the worst hater there is. Jesus talked to me about it all the time. Boy, you a hater. But anyway, we out there. And the way it works is you climb up on the banister, and you could sit on the banister and you can jump off, or you could just climb up and kind of hop over it, right? And so I see a little alligator swimming, a little small alligator, which honestly, the smaller alligators is dangerous. They're freaking dangerous. They baby, by small I mean like maybe 7 feet, 6 feet. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no 10-foot long alligator, but they're dangerous. They'll bite you and spin. And so Chris Brown is there. And they had this girl named Antoinette that I like. Her name was Antoinette. So the previous couple of days, I'm telling y'all this whole story, so stick with me. Imagine this. You get to school in the morning, you got to line up. I don't know if you ever went to school, they make you line up in the lines. And like you line up by grades, right? And they had the boys line up and they had the girls line up. And so Antoinette was his little girlfriend. And so I'm talking to Antoinette before school started. We just talking. This old Jezebel tells Chris Brown that I was hitting on her. And so the way it works is when the bell ring, the people come out and you got to get in line. It don't matter what happened, you got to get in line. Well, Chris is standing there and he wait right to when the bell rings. As soon as the bell ring, he punched me in the stomach. Boom. Bend me over. I'm like, Pah! It's one thing to get punched in the stomach when you know it's coming. It's another thing to get punched in the stomach when you don't see it coming. So I'm like, Pah! And I'm bent over. And then he go to the front of the line like a little trick. You know what I'm saying? Go hide the front of the line. I'm like, okay, I'm going to get you. Well, I ain't never get my get back because he kept avoiding me. Cafeteria, he'd try and get away. Recess, he was ducking. I'm going to get my get back. So now, let's get back to being in the cabin. This is my get back. So we jumping in the water. And Chris ain't from like New Orleans East where you got swamps and stuff. He's from the 7th Ward. Ain't no real swamp around there. So he ain't used to playing around in the water. So I'm going to get my get back. Boy, I see the alligator swimming. I'm like, oh boy, if he get his ass next to this rail, he go walk up next to that rail. I grab that boy's feet and flip his ass straight in that water. And then when he hits the water, oh my goodness, when he hits the water, the alligator go the other way. It don't come the way. The alligator go the other way. I start screaming. He don't know who flipped him because I came up from behind. Man, they got an alligator in the water. Now the problem was this place was on stilts. So to get back to land, you had to swim back damn near under the building to get back over. So he started panicking and he's swimming and trying to get out the water. And he finally climb out of the water. And I'm dying laughing, bro. I'm on the ground dying laughing. Everybody tell him, they call me Black. They're like, man, Black did that to you, bro. Black did that to you. And he wanted to fight. And I've been wanting to fight him. And he put his hands up. I said, I've been waiting on this. So we scrap it out or whatever. I win. They cut the head fucking Boy Scout dude, Mr. Johnson, come over. And he was like, well, James, I can't believe you would do something like that. I said, dude, what? We've been jumping in that water all day, man. What you talking about? So now you mad because I flipped him and we've been jumping ourselves in the water. He done jumped in the damn water multiple times. What is you talking about? He was like, well, you right. But, he could have hurt himself. No, he couldn't, because if somebody would hurt themselves, they would have been hurt themselves. We all jumped in the water. We all got in that water. So what you talking about, man? other than the alligator, but the alligator's been there the whole time we've been jumping in the waters. So if an alligator was gonna eat somebody, they would have ate one of us. I was fat at the time, pudgy little kid. It would have ate my fat ass first, not his little skinny red Al B show looking ass. Alligator like dog meat, man. Let me stop clowning with y'all. Let me stop clowning with y'all. I'm about to go lay it down. I'm clowning too much. I can tell you how I feel about you night and day, night and day, night and day, night and day. Marcus said, best storyteller, hands down. But it's natural, dog. It's natural. That's why I say I want to tell you true stories, dog. All these damn fake stories telling people out here, making up stuff. Don't make no damn sense. But that's what people love. They got to get it how they live. You know what I'm saying? They got to get it how they live. I can tell you some stuff. Stuff that's in the movies. That they should make movies about. I'll tell y'all one more. Tell you one more. If this light, if this little cigar nub light, now y'all know Mardi Gras is a wild thing, right? I think I mentioned this to y'all. Like Mardi Gras is the wildest time there is in New Orleans. You don't get no wilder than Mardi Gras. The police acting wild, the people acting wild, people is drunk, little kids out there sipping beer, stealing their mom and daddy beer, sipping beer. It's just a wild time. Now, when you grow up in New Orleans, Mardi Gras is just a time of the year. It's just like ritualistic. It's what people do. That's just what we do. Mardi Gras, you go out. This is before liberals came to New Orleans. Now, I want to tell you something. All these damn liberals that came down to New Orleans destroyed New Orleans. Now, prior to the liberals, what you used to do is you'll go out to St. Charles Street, you'll get some stakes, you'll get some tape or some rope, and you'll rope off an area. And what will happen is you and your people will rope off the area and you will spend the night out there to hold a spot for the next day. So when your people came, whether it be your girlfriend, your wife, your cousin, all they had to do was bring the chairs and stuff. But you had an area secured. So basically what you would do is you would rope off the area, you would sit out there all night and drink and talk, right? We had a crew called Brothers Inc. 32 dudes. So Brothers Inc. will go out there and we get an area. We'll rope it off. So now you got 32 dudes just sitting out there, just chilling. 32 dudes. That majority of them are influential dudes. They know people. Someone was like, one of them was the head of security for the mayor. The other one's in the FBI. And the other guy's fucking military intelligence. Another guy's a congressman or not Congress, a city councilman. Just a swath of people, including dope dealers. It's ridiculous. It's like this crazy mixture of people. We sitting out there. And I'm the only cigar smoker. So we sitting out there drinking, smoking. I'm smoking, chilling, we talking. And like we do, other people do. So you got our area. Then normally the people next to you in the area, everybody's cool. Because if we staked out an area, then you staked out your area and you was like, hey bro, I'm gonna go get my ladders, make sure nobody take over my area. Then we look out for you, you look out for us, right? And the way you would really make sure you had the area was the one thing you brought out there were your ladders. In New Orleans, you have ladders that have seats on the top of them for people to put their kids in. So your kid sits in the top of the ladder. The parent climbs up on the back of the ladder and weighs the ladder down. And so that way, the kid could be in the ladder and your weight keeps somebody from knocking the ladder over. If the ladder starts to fall, you jump down and grab it. It's dangerous stuff that's done, quite frankly, should be illegal. So we staked out. And I painted the scene for you. We staked out. We out there. We out there in them streets, head first, all of us. I'm smoking my cigar. The people on the left-hand side, we cool with. They like, yeah, blah, 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 blah. We got some beers, blah, 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 blah. And then the whoop, the whoop. People on the right-hand side on some foolishness. Homie say, excuse me. Like, yeah. Do you mind not smoking that cigar? Yeah, I do mind not smoking my cigar. Well, you know the fume. I said, dog, we outside. We outside. Now you understand. This dude retarded. And I'm gonna paint the picture for you. Damn, that 30-something black dudes sitting here, been here all night drinking. Two little white dudes, and you gonna confront 30-something black dudes about somebody smoking this car. So I already know you retarded. Like you retarded. And so I'm like, nah, I'm gonna keep on smoking because we outside. Now if we was inside, then I'd be happy to put it out. You know, I'll even move over some so the smoke doesn't blow on you. I get up and I move over. Move over. I mean, because you never know who knows who. So you never start no beef with nobody because you never know who knows who. This is the point of this story. You never know who knows who. So get up, move over. He's still bitching about the cigar. So they got this dude that hanging out with us named Troy. Troy, Creole boy, real pretty boy, but crazy. So when I move over, Troy says, hey man, I'm gonna need you to leave my man alone. Everybody call me Black. Like, I'm gonna need you to leave Black alone. Because, bro, you don't really want the problems. We just out here trying to do what we do. Homie says, well, and I ain't believe him. I should have believed him. Let me tell you something about people in New Orleans. When they tell you something, you should believe it. He says, well, we'll see what you guys are saying in the next couple of hours when the rest of my friends get here. Okay? All right, whatever. Keep on smoking. Cigar go out. It's late at night. I ain't got no more. I ain't about to smoke no more. We just sitting there chilling, talking. It about 3:30 in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, right when you start to get sleepy. This dude has the biggest corn-fed, football-playing looking people start pulling up and getting out of this damn truck that I've ever seen in my life. I'm talking about offensive linemen for the damn Green Bay Packers getting out the damn truck. One by one. One truck will pull up, some get out with ladders. The next truck, one by one. I'm like, what the hell is going on over here? But now I'm sleepy. Everybody's sleeping. We've been drinking, so we sleeping. So you just like, and he got all these fresh dudes coming. They look fresh. They look like they just woke up, took a shower. You can still smell the damn soap on them. That Irish Spring. You smell an Irish Spring and shit. We like, what the hell? But this whole cigar thing happened hours ago. In my mind, and everybody else's mind, we like, okay, this ain't about to be no problem. This dude, you know what I'm saying? This ain't about to be nothing. My boy said Packers don't block well. This ain't about to be nothing, man. He wait till he get about 15 dudes. We still got upwards of 30. And he says, now what's all that shit y'all was talking about, that smoke? I said, really, dog? Really? I said, if you really had an issue with the smoke, I would have shot you a fair one. You wait till you get all these corn-fed country boys out here because you think this going to help you. I said, you think this going to help you? Now I'm stalling. Because I'm like, man, half the dudes sleep. The half that's woke is retards. They gonna shoot you. So I'm stalling, trying to, talk it all. Because the ones that's woke gonna shoot you. They crazy. And I'm sitting there saying, man, look, this is what we gonna do. Y'all gonna mind y'all business, we gonna mind our business. It should be cool, right? The ladders are all set up at the edge of the street. Like there's the curve, and then there's the ladders, and there's a wall of ladders. On that left hand, on that side where they are, which is this is the left, on the right hand side, they was on the right. If I'm facing the right. On that right hand side where they are, they set up their ladders. So essentially, right on that end, those two ladders is butted up to each other. Right? And we had this friend named Funk. Dude named Funk. If you're in New Orleans, the chances is if you go into any bar or restaurant, you ask about Funk, they're gonna know who you're talking about, right? So Funk bring his children, right? Funk is a part of the crew that come later on. And the people that come later on is like another 50 people. Adding in children, adding in grandmas, all the rest of this. So Funk comes and sets up over on that side. Now Funk is a little skinny dude that's from uptown that look like Bob Marley. He got these Bob Marley dreads. He talk real, smoke a lot of weed. Real cool, but connected to the most damn gangsters you ever meet in your life. And so the butthole ends up being right next to Funk. And of course, Funk smells like smoke. That's why they call him Funk. Because what he do is he'll take a hit of the weed, he go in his car, come back out. Of course, Funk smell like smoke. And this guy's got a problem with smoke, right? So now the family's just getting out there. Everybody getting it together. You know, they got kids out there. Funk is doing what he need to do. And the dude says, you can't be smoking marijuana out here. And I said, oh my Lord Jesus, what is wrong with this man? I'm like, Lord, what is wrong with him? And so now I'm looking at him, I'm like, hold on. I said, bro, let me talk to you. So I pull him to the side. I said, hey, I don't know what's going on with you. I don't know what your problem is. I said, this is our first time seeing you here. We here all the time, bro. We here every year, the same damn spot. This is my first time seeing you here. So let me give you a little bit of advice. Just chill out and enjoy yourself. I said, you keep asking for trouble. He calmed down for a while, go over there, start drinking. Then he come back again with the foolishness. And this is when it get real bad. Get real bad, y'all. Because now the parades is coming. When the parade come, people put their children inside the little ladder, the little thing that's on top of the ladder, the little seat. It's like a little wooden seat. So now people putting their children up in the seats. You get your kids up in the seats. You can see the parade come down the street. All the people, kids excited. Their kids is up in the ladders. All kids is up in the ladders. And then he start again. And comes over. And he tells Funk, your ladder too close to our ladder. And Funk looks at this man. And we got a saying that our whole crew said. And the saying is, God must not like you. So when you hear somebody saying God must not like you, it's a signal to everybody that there's about to be a fight. So we hear Funk saying, man, God must not fucking like you for you to be coming over here talking to me while I got my kids right here with me, man. God must, and he's loud, God must, that's him signaling to everybody else that's around what's going on. So when he says that, everybody gets up and starts moving. The fight breaks out, and the fight moves from our side into their side because we press into their side. Man, it's the biggest fight probably Bourbon Street ever had. That fight moves from our side to their side to the next side, all the way down to the bridge where Canal and the interstate is. The biggest, stupidest, craziest fight I ever seen in my life. All because the dude didn't like no smoke. And then he got all the smoke he could have. All the smoke. And this is the craziest thing about it. Because the dudes that's with us is police. They bodyguards for the mayor. Ain't none of us getting no trouble. We went right back down to where we came from and finished doing exactly what we doing. And all them little dudes got in all kind of trouble. Biggest fight, probably the biggest fight ever where nobody got shot on Canal Street was all us. Crazy. And the reason why the fight got so big was because people had their kids in the ladders. So people fighting around the kids' ladder, the mom was grabbing the ladders, people bumping into the ladder. So then the next group of people start fighting. Then the next group of people start fighting. Because these jackasses was mad about some damn smoke. And the craziest thing is Funk wasn't smoking no weed around their kids because he would never do nothing like that. Just insanity. The moral of the story is this. If you go to New Orleans, just be cool. Because you never know who. You never know who connected to who. And when you hear people talking, they ain't really talking to you. They're talking to all the people around them. Just be cool. This cigar is not lighting. All right, it's been 2 hours. I'm about to go my behind the bed. That means it's got to be 12 what? 12:30? Oh man, it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm about to go to bed. I'm gonna see y'all in the morning when I talk about the lizard people. Tomorrow morning I'm talking about Uriano Havari, who's the king lizard, and his whole biblical prophecy of AI taking over the Bible. Now I can tell you now, I'm gonna be in rare form because that dude get under my damn skin. He really do get under my damn skin, man. He bothers me with the things that he says and with the conviction in which he says those things. Then after that, I'll be normal. Just want you to know. But I ain't gonna be normal when I'm talking about him. Now y'all have a good night here. Now, good night. Bye-bye. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Bye-bye.